Xander pointing it out to me. Sills, you keep telling me that Howie's this capologist guy. There's still $35 million in dead money on the team. Wrong again. Bang. This is like Heartbreak Ridge when Clint Eastwood's coming out and he's playing the sergeant. And he goes, "You don't have the same shirt I have on. Maniac, get that shirt off." I got red in honor of Tiger Woods today. How you doing? Wrong again, Maniac. Wrong again, baby. All right, guys, please hit the like button. As you can see, we have people that are part of the Big Sills Army here on the National Football Show. We appreciate everybody coming aboard. And by the way, I hate to do that. Gator, okay? Well, olive oiled. Gator, you Florida Gator guys. You know what really sucks? I have more Gator friends today in my life than I ever did when I was a younger dude. Don't ask me why. You know that place that's up on I-75 with the Gator Farm? You know, Gainesville's got a place called Gatorland or something. Okay? They also have some sort of like really shitty college with a so-called football team up there. And, I can't remember. It's like the pond. They call it the pond. Well, olive-oiled machine. Okay. I got respect for that program, but don't tell anybody. You bet, James. King of content. And yes, hungry. Bruce Arians in hour number 2 at 5:30. Oh, Maniac. What? Wrong again? Hey, how you doing? Yeah, red. Tiger Woods. Tell me something, guys. What's the fascination with Tiger? What's the fascination with him? I'm watching him and watch this. So if you see me doing this, looking over like this, down in the Dan Cave, I'm watching the dude in the pink shirt today, and I'm doing this. What's Tiger doing? Xander was right, man. They should just have Tiger Cam, just following him around. Get a little drone. Just follow Tiger around, whatever he's doing. The crowds are incredible. I've never seen Augusta on the first round of the tournament have a Sunday crowd because of the anticipation. I'm going to make this point to you, too. Tiger Woods is doing something Ben Hogan did back in 1949. Hogan was in a bus accident, which almost killed him. Months later, he would go on to win a U.S. Open. He's under par as of now. Can he finish it up? And will the stamina and will his conditioning, will it hold up? I'm not going to sit here and talk golf. I'm just telling you, he's just one of those guys that just makes you want to watch him. Like, I don't watch a lot of golf. I watch the majors and the players, or in a tournament Tiger's in. But what's the fascination with him? His greatness. He's black. It's a dominant white sport. We've never seen anything like this. Jack and Tiger, right? And then everybody else can fill in the golf world. Arnold Palmer. Here, I'll make this point to you, and then we'll move on. Tiger Woods has expanded golf. Arnold Palmer brought golf into the television world. Jack Nicklaus, he set the standard. Those are the 3 most important golfers in history. I don't know too much about Bobby Jones. I know Bobby Jones is the creator of the Masters, won the Jones Grand Slam, British and U.S. Amateur, and the U.S. and the British Open, all in the same season. You're not going to see that ever done again because professionals don't play and are given the ability to play in the British and U.S. Amateurs. So you're never going to see anything like that again. So the Tiger Slam is the standard. No, Marcus, people don't watch golf. They watch Tiger. That's kind of what we're saying. They watch Tiger. The fascination, I guess the fascination is also we like watching greatness. Americans root for the top boxer, the top quarterback, the best teams. Nobody roots for second place. This is kind of what I've been trying to tell you guys in Philadelphia. Don't root for 500. You know, Barrett said something to me about Brandon Cooks. We were on the middle today. Hey, man, watch this. Here's the difference between me and him. And Barrett's been in the market with you guys pretty much your whole entire life. You know what Barrett said? Wow, guy's averaging like 71 catches and 900 yards. Wow, I'll take that in a minute. And I was like, dude, that's common. And he's like, yeah, wait, that's common. 71 catches, 900 yards? Why does that excite me? Oh, because he's better than anything you have with number 2? Okay. You're talking to me about being an NFL player. Jalen Reagor should be putting those numbers up. 70 catches, 900 yards. But because that guy has shit the bed so bad, 70 catches and 900 yards for a number 2 guy is exceptional to you. When in reality, it's average NFL. It's, wow, I'll take him. Of course you'll take him. Because you really haven't had a lot of guys at that position dominate your franchise. Everybody looks at D-Jax and goes, wow, this guy, he wasn't really. He's a one-dimensional player that throw the ball deep. That guy's one of the best deep threats in the history of the league. That, for sure, is who he is. Come on, man. 70 catches, 900 yards. We'll get to him in a minute here. Okay, we'll get to that. You know, we're 3 weeks out from tonight to the NFL draft. 3 weeks. Tonight, in 3 weeks, Howie Roseman, the general manager of the Philadelphia Eagles, has to be impactful. Folks, I'm going to do something. And you know, one thing that I've always brought to the table here, unlike anybody else in Philadelphia, Barrett said you could have bought me with a wooden nickel that there was a wide receiver in the history of the Eagles that had a 100-catch season. He was stunned. He was also stunned when I pointed out you've only had one 4,000-yard passing year by a quarterback. Do you know what Howie Roseman's hit ratio is in drafts since he's been involved in the draft? What percentage do you think? What percentage of Howie Roseman's picks do you think he gets right over his time since 2000? I went back and added them all up. God, I hate doing this to you. God, I hate doing this, man. Xander's going to kill me. Smile says 10%. 15%. 35%. What do you think? I'll do one more. 35%. If I told you that Howie Roseman's percentage of landing on draft choices that played more than 3 years is 90%, what would you say to that? So 1.9 of every 10 players, Howie finds a guy that will be on the team in 3 years. 19%. out of every draft, 1.9. Oh, okay, hold on. Hey, I think somebody's maybe playing with us. I'm going to do it again. 19% Howie Roseman has hit with players that have lasted 3 years or more. Yes, Smile. And you guys gave him a 3-year contract extension. %. Not anybody in Philly's telling you that, are they? Not anybody is telling you that. Hey, Maniac, I think he is too. Right? Players that last 3 years or more, 19% how he's landed on. K. Hopkins, I went back to 2000 since he's been in the front office. And then I started putting when he was director of player personnel. Then I went into when he became the first time GM, his first stint. I know there was a pause during the Chip Kelly time. And then when he has been currently the general manager of the team. What do you make of that? 19% Howie Roseman's hit rate on players that stay on the roster 3 years or more. I'm supposed to believe that Howie, with all these draft choices, here, I got the number here. Top 3 rounds, 15, 18, you got a second, and you got 2 threes, one from the Saints now. That's a good question. What's the NFL average? No. I'm going to look that up. Junior, thanks for stepping in. I know, Anthony, he wasn't. He was a capologist. I said from the time Howie was in charge of personnel, the director of personnel, unless the website's lying with the Eagles, to the time he got put in the broom closet, I didn't count that. And then after is what I said I used as my context. Jesus, criminy. Don't take 5% of what I say and twist it into some bullshit. Okay? I know he wasn't. He was in the capologist department in the library. I get it. That's a good point, K. Hopkins. What's the league average? I'd like to know that. I don't know what the league average is when it comes to organizations hitting on players that last 3 or more years. That's a good point. Okay? Big picking. That's what we do here. What we try to do is we try to figure out, hey, if people are using all kinds of metrics today to look at players in a draft or to look at this particular way of building a team, you've got to have data. Okay? I mean, you basically, you have to take the data, then you have to crunch those numbers up and say, okay, so my point is here's the point. Here's the point. What percentage does Howie have of rebuilding this football team into a Super Bowl contender? Because you're not now. You're not. Howie's got a 19% chance of being right in the draft. 80% chance, 81% chance of failure, or 71, excuse me, of failure. Dude, this is why what he's doing here, okay? 81%, excuse me. Listen, this is why it's such a gamble not to utilize free agency, because free agency can cover mistakes all the time. And to go after low salary guys and to go after dudes that are not the frontline guys in free agency when they're available, I think is a mistake. And Howie needs all these picks because of the percentage that I threw at you. That's right, Maniac. He's got to land. He's got to land on all these guys now because he's dismissed free agent. This is my point. Dude, 19%? That gives me what? Going into the April draft 3 weeks from tonight. Do I feel really positive? By the way, it's a great point that some of you are bringing up. Sills, do you think the league average is around that? Probably. So Howie's right along the lines of being average with the league average. I would think that number's probably correct. I'm guessing that. I haven't done my homework on that because I've been kind of isolating on the Eagles here. But if you were to put my feet to the fire, I would say, well, he's probably in the conversation with the rest of the league and their GMs when being around 20% right in the draft. Yeah, okay. But I don't know if I get any comfort 3 weeks from tonight feeling that he's going to land on all of a sudden starters that are going to be on this football team for their second contracts. You see what I'm saying? He needs to draft. Watch this, guys. How about if we lowered the bar? How about if we lowered the bar and did this? I just want some of these guys to get to their second contracts. Gator says Alshon Jeffries was a good signing. Gator, I used to think that until I realized he never fulfilled the contract and they ate dead money in the final year of the deal. So at the end of the deal, he never lived up to that contract he signed. Lenny says Howie tried to get Calvin Ridley. The Ben Simmons of NFL players. Come on, man. Xander just said this. They're still eating dead money on that deal with Alshon Jeffries. Cost them a lot last season. And it was Xander pointing it out to me. Sills, you keep telling me that Howie's this capologist guy. There's still $35 million in dead money on the team. They're still eating money on that Alshon Jeffries deal. Going on 3 years now, him not being on the team. That's a good deal? Come on, Gator. Right? Come on now. Just because he was part of that Super Bowl, come on now. $5.5 million in dead cap money. $5.5 million last year, all thanks to Alshon Jeffries. Man, that's a terrible deal. That's a terrible deal. Jose said the two picks that killed them is Rigger and J-Jaw. Those should be Jefferson and Metcalf. Okay? You get Jefferson and Metcalf on your football team. Carson Wentz is still here. Who was Carson Wentz throwing to? You guys haven't had a wide receiver in this organization since the team has been founded. I mean, it's not like you guys have had wide receivers that you go, that guy's one of the greatest wideouts in the history of the NFL. I mean it. Yeah, but still, we've had tight ends. I'm not talking tight ends. The premium positions that the Eagles have on the team, pass rusher, watch this. I'm going to show you what they should be paying. And get this, I'm just going to go with what a franchise tag is. Quarterback, franchise tag, 29.7. That's a franchise tag. NFL quarterback today. Let's just round it off to 30 because Big Sills is not. I went to Miami. I didn't go to Bama like Xander. Let's just do this. $30 million. Okay? $19 million for a wide receiver. There's $50 million bucks. 2 players. Oh, wait. Gets better. Edge rusher. $19 million. $70 million. $70 million. $70 million. And the 3 positions that you have to be efficient in. 3 positions. Quarterback, wide receiver, and edge rusher. $70 million. Here's the Eagles. $825,000 base salary for Devontae Smith. $850,000 for Quez. 1.87. Here, I'll just take one of them. I won't take both of them. $825,000 for Devontae. Your quarterback makes 1.5. And your edge rusher. What did Hassan? What did I guess we're going to call Hassan Reddick the top pass rusher on the team. What's his base? 7? Let's just say it's 7. $7 million per year. Quarterback makes 1.5, and your star receiver makes $825,000. You got $9 million wrapped up into key positions that you have to win in the NFL. No. I'll take that back. You've got $9 million wrapped up in the positions that you need to contend. And the teams that are contending have north of $70 million invested in those 3. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. You got less than $10 million, where most teams have $70 million wrapped up in those 3 positions. And if you're not at $70 million, you must have a quarterback on a rookie year, on a rookie deal. Yeah, Marcus. The Bengals have a franchise quarterback. You don't. You got Jalen. You don't have Joe Burrow. And by the way, Josh Allen just signed a $40 million deal. He was on a rookie deal. They went out, got Stephon Diggs for him, added him to the mix, helped Josh Allen. Josh Allen now makes $40 million. Hello. They got the receiver, then they paid the quarterback. See, once they knew they had the quarterback, they were building on that rookie deal. They knew they needed to get somebody. Buffalo went and got that dude from Minnesota. Allen's going to need him. Allen kicked. Dak Prescott doesn't get his contract unless Amari Cooper goes to Dallas. The Philadelphia Eagles shop at the dollar store where teams like the Rams They shop at Neiman Marcus. Oh, yes, and that's right. All your money's in your old line. Not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. But when you're looking to move the sticks and you're looking to win championships, you could have the best O-line in football. Ask the Colts. You know, the Colts and the Eagles have two of the top units in the NFL. One team got destroyed in the playoffs, and the other team did make the playoffs. Great. Congratulations. You two teams have two of the best O-lines, and you went nowhere last year. But Sills, we made the playoffs. Here, I'm sure. Oh, wait. Here's your commemorative. I made the playoffs. Here's your playoff trophy. Here's your playoff trophy. It's all for you, man. Congratulations. This is your 17th place trophy. Congratulations to you. Here. Congratulations. Oh. Our Deadcap money alone to buy a top 5 wide receiver in the NFL. He's right. You could have afforded it. You're $30 million under the cap. Okay? $35 million gets 2 elite wideouts. I don't think you're paying for people like Tyreek Hill, but you're paying for somebody like DK Metcalf or AJ Brown. You're paying for those two guys with that cash. You may not be paying for extension for Diggs and for Hill, but you could get DK and AJ Brown with that money. Yeah, you can. Oh, man. I hated to do that to you. Here's your 10th place trophy. Congratulations, Eagles. You made the playoffs. We made the playoffs. Here you go. What do I do with it? I don't know. Stick it in the drawer somewhere? As far as I'm concerned, like my daughter would do, she'd stick it in the trash can. Gator says the Eagles haven't had an elite wide receiver since T.O. Would you call Macklin an elite guy? Maybe, I guess. I don't know. I guess. I wouldn't call D-Jax elite. D-Jax needs an elite receiver on the other side to get the best out of what he does. Okay? And that's being a deep threat. You can't have a deep threat on your football team if you don't have a quarterback that could deliver the deep pass. Can you imagine having Deshaun Jackson on the Eagles today? It'd be the biggest waste of a position next to Jalen Reagor. You might as well have Jalen Reagor there. If you can't deliver the deep pass to the deep threat, what's the point? Davey Boy says, I'm a Giants fan. Well, Davey Boy, I wouldn't say Giants fan, but since my uncle was a Pro Football Hall of Famer with the Giants, I don't know. Do I have an affection for him? Yeah. Did I set up cones for them at the Yale Bowl when I was a kid? Did I know Wellington Mare? Yeah. You caught me. You caught me. That's his Hall of Fame jersey. Right there. When Robustelli got inducted into the New York Giants Ring of Honor, yeah, you're right. You caught me. I don't know. Family matters. You know what I mean? Sil's a Giant fan. Well, I don't know. We got a little tie. Busted? You caught me. My uncle's a Hall of Fame Giant. Whoa, my God. Hey, I won't bring him up again. Hey, you guys do know Gary Cobb played for the Cowboys too, Just keep it score here if we want to be fair. How you doing? I was in the locker room with Gary. Gary goes, I'm getting traded to the Eagles. I went, good. I didn't know anything about you guys. I went like that. I just ooze Giants. No, that's my attitude because I'm from New England. My wife used to say this. Hey, Davey, my wife used to do this. I'll give you a little insight. When I first took my wife, who's from Richmond, Virginia, home of the Confederacy. She lived in Dallas her whole life. That's where I met her. She goes like this to me. This probably fits in Philly, too. So get this. Watch this. My wife's, she's my girlfriend then. She's like, does everybody up here hate their life? It's snowing and it's cold. I go, no, not everybody up here hates their life. She's like, Jesus criminy. People are so mean. I'm like, well, I mean, it's 10 feet of snow. You got to dig your ass out of this. What do you want them to do? Hey, how you doing? You see, hey, here's a New Englander. Just so you know, you ready? Birdman. Hey, dude, what time is it? Hey, dude, no disrespect, Aunt Betty, but I'm going to say it. Watch this. The fuck do I look like, Big Ben? Oh. You got to watch? No, excuse me, what time is it? I just told you, I'm not Big Ben, guy. Okay? I'm not Big Ben. Get yourself a watch. Hey, right? You're like, you ask dumb questions to people in New England, Philly, Boston, you're going to get a dumb answer. Oh, I look like Big Ben? Okay. I don't know, Matt. I met my wife in Dallas, and I used to pull up to this McDonald's, and this smoking chick used to, what do you want, Mr. Sileo? I go, 2 fish fillets. What else? Oh, let me think about it. Well, let me know. I'm like, I'll let you know in about an hour. Oh, man. There's chicks everywhere in Dallas. Beautiful women. Beautiful. Yo, Sileo, been watching you for a couple of weeks. Cali. All right, man. Thank you, Jose. I appreciate it, brother. Time for a new mock draft, Big Sills. We're working on it. You know what? Hey, this mock draft that I put together, no wonder Xander laughed at me. Dude, it's good, Sills, if you don't live in Philly. Yeah. He ain't going. I feel, wait a minute. Actually, I got the trade right. I said Seattle would trade Russell Wilson to Denver. Sileo never gets anything right. Well, I predicted it the week before they traded Wilson to Denver, that Seattle would take Denver's pick in the first round this year. And I think they're going to get a quarterback. That's pretty much the only thing I'm right on this. Okay? But the rest of this, the Eagle stuff, man, is stupid now. I look like an idiot. I totally look like an idiot now. Oh, Xander's going like this. That's no. That's not going to work. Oh, my God. Xander says that they're going to draft Corral. If he's in the second round, they will. Big Sills got booed during mock draft. You got this because you hated one guy. Still stop. That's it, Matt. When I'm thinking about Eagle draft, don't use logic. I got it. Thank you for the advice. Damn straight. McDuffie, you guys, forget it. Hey, you're right. Watch this. You guys are right. He's probably, next to the Cincinnati kid, the best DB in the draft. No, ain't working. Holy cow. Wait a minute. I just got a text. I can only imagine. Okay. Whew, it's the wife. Okay. Stop hollering at people. Sorry. My wife says I'm hollering at you. See, Xander put me in a really shitty mood today, but it's better now. I'm feeling better. He says I was at, you know what he called me? He called me Ben Simmons earlier. He called me, I'm going to leave it there, but he called me Ben Simmons earlier. I took offense to that, by the way. I'm offended by those remarks. You know, not that I get offended or by any comments or any statements or anything. You know, nothing gets me aggravated or anything. You know, nothing. See, I don't get bugged. I don't, nothing bothers me. By the way, Bruce Arians, hour number 2, 5:30 Eastern. All right. How much influence does your boy Nick Sirianni have in this upcoming NFL draft? Let's hit on that. Hit the like button. Keep it right here on the National Football Show.